Hey everybody. So my van is out of commission at the moment. We did manage to get our sign installed, and that was a good thing. So today we're going to do 25 tongue circles in one direction, 25 in another. And we're going to talk about the vagus nerve, or the autonomic nervous system. It runs from behind our ears down through, all the way down through, and is connected to all our organs and glands, and it helps control temperature, liver function, pancreas function, spleen, everything in here. It helps to control that. It helps with digestion. It is one of the most important nerves. We have like 12 major nervous systems in the body, and this is number 10, and it is the largest and most important nerve in the body because it's fight or flight and rest, digest, and heal. So the sympathetic side is fight or flight. You've probably heard me talk about this before. And in fight or flight, what happens is when we it changes our breath, or maybe our breath changes it. But there's a duality there that we can control through breath. When we're in the sympathetic nerve, fight or flight, what it does is shuts off our ability to think and to digest and to rest. Because we're constantly looking out for danger, okay? Looking out for the things that we're afraid of, that we fear. And this is the biggest problem with it, is most of the time those things are not real. We're making them up. Might have happened once, could have been years ago. We turn on the news and we watch murder and mayhem and just crazy stuff, a lot of chaotic stuff. Well, our brain doesn't know the difference. So when we turn the TV off, we see that when we go outside. But when we go outside, what do we see? We see a little bit of traffic, we see people walking, but the image is in our mind. And when you turn that TV off, the media, the radio, whatever it is, and you start to calm down and you start to breathe through your nose and out your mouth. Nice belly breaths, right? That's the parasympathetic side of the autonomic nervous system. And that's rest, digest, and heal. And what most people don't talk about is, for us to experience orgasm, both the sympathetic and the parasympathetic fire at the same time. And we become no one, nowhere, no place, no time. And we enter the quantum field, and the energy comes through us and out. In meditation and through breath work, we get our body to calm down, and we become no one, nowhere, no place, no time. And we close off the pelvic floor. There's a gate there, and we close that. And the energy, instead of going out, goes up. And it goes right up through your body, right into your brain, and you have a brain orgasm. That's how important that the nervous system, that vagus nerve, that autonomic nervous system is. And we control it through our breath. And if people, that's why they don't want us meditating. They want us in fight or flight, so that we can't think straight, we can't digest, we can't, and this causes a lot of dis-ease in the body. This is another reason that these tongue circles are so important, because through the breath and through the tongue circles, we're moving the fascia, but we're putting the body in rest, digest, and heal. And that's why it's important to leave the TV off, because you may do this and feel great, and then you go turn the TV on and you feel like crap again. People who cannot shut their mind off, their breath does not relax. That's why they can't sleep at night. They can't shut the mind off. And that's because they're not breathing properly. Their mind is constantly turning and spinning, and what if this happens, and what if that happens, and oh my God this, and oh my God that, right? Turn all that stuff off. Because most of it's not even real. It's made up. Just to put us in fight or flight. To get us on synthetic medications. So people that are depressed, and this is not all people that are depressed, but a lot of people that are depressed, they don't know why they're depressed, because whatever happened, the trauma was so strong, it blew the information into the 4 quadrants of the mind. And those are controlled by our eyes and our breath. Everything that happens to us emotionally comes in through the breath, and it gets stuck in the body. So, people that are depressed, you have them look up and to the left, and they don't have to have an answer. You just ask, why are you depressed? And they may say, I don't know. And you look down and to the left. Ask the same question, why are you depressed? Up and to the right, why are you depressed? Down and to the right. And you keep going around and you keep asking that question, and all of a sudden, that information that is splintered into their mind starts to collect 1 or 2 words, 1 or 2 little things, 1 or 2 emotions. And eventually, the whole story comes out. And then, at least they know why they're depressed. And then, through breath work, through meditation, through conversation, they can release that, and the depression goes away. Because it lives in the lungs. It lives in the heart. And if they're angry, that's the liver. If they're ticked off, kidneys. Fright in the knees. That's why when you get really frightened, your knees shake. And they can hurt. Your knees can hurt. Okay? Guilt is in the uterus. So we have all these things that are going on that are numbing our mind because we can't put things together. It's just too much. It's sensory overload. And when you get into a room where you can be alone and you start breathing through your nose, nice deep belly breath, hold your breath for a second and then exhale. And you empty it all out to your spine. Try to touch your belly button to your spine. I know it's not possible, but that's how tight we want that to be. And that compression, we want it back as far as we can get it. And hold it. And then inhale. Nice deep belly breath, right? Shoulders up. Because the vagus nerve, autonomic nerve, has a lot of gates. Comes down through here, both sides. Left and right side. So our posture is really important. This is why, maybe they didn't even know why, but they told us to sit up straight in school. It opens up the channels for the whole autonomic nerve. Because people who sit like this, right, you're blocking it off. And it can't function properly. So I just thought I'd go over that a little bit about the vagus nerve or the autonomic nerve. Okay? Parasympathetic, rest, digest, and heal. Sympathetic, fight or flight. All controlled by your breath, what you see, and what you allow into your mind. This is why it's so important to control your story. To change it to a more positive thing. With every sip of the Master Cleanse, my mind gets clearer. My voice gets stronger. My heart starts to open. My lungs are free to breathe. It's safe to breathe. And I'm getting stronger every day with every sip of live liquid, whatever it is you're doing. These are certain things you should say or can say, and you put it in your own words. That's how important it is, though. Our life kind of falls off the edge of the cliff, and over time, we meet somebody else and we start to change our story, and all of a sudden we're doing better. Until sometimes we drop off a cliff again and we're in the dumps. And we find somebody new or something new to expand our mind, and it all goes away again. There was a man who was depressed. This is a video that you can watch on YouTube for free. It's the trailer, My Octopus Teacher. That man was, he filmed documentaries, and he was depressed, so he started snorkeling. He found this octopus, and he started following it, and it completely changed his life because he was changing his story. He might not even known he was changing his story. But he followed that octopus for 8 years, and that octopus used to reach up and touch his hand, and I mean, it's a beautiful story. But again, it's a story, and it was one that was positive. He was so fascinated by this, he forgot or overcame everything. And snorkeling has to do with breath and what you see and what you hear. We need to be the master of those things, to allow our heart to open. Because a heart that is open, truly open, cannot be hurt. Because it understands that that person has a right to live their life the way they want to live it. And we don't. We have a right to live our life the way we want to live it. With an open heart. Just pure love. So let's get into these 25 circles, or 50 tongue circles, 25 one way, 25 the other. Which direction you do it in is up to you. If you can't do 25, do 5 or 10 or maybe 15. And then switch and do the other side. And eventually, you'll get up to 25. You can do them any time of day. You can do them more than once a day. Okay? So, we're going to start with our tongue on the outside of our teeth, under our lip, and we'll go around to the top. We do that 25 times. All right? The slower you go, the better. So here we go. Okay, there's 25 in one direction. And so I went in this, well, you're not seeing it in the video, right? But I went this way, so I closed this hand. That way, if I talk, I know I have to go in this direction next. So here we go. Okay, there's 25, and keep breathing the whole time you're doing it. So 25 in each direction. This is helping move the fascia. The tongue is connected to your fascia from your toes to your fingertips to the top of your head. And as you do this, it's loosening the muscles in the fascia all the way around the back of the neck, the shoulders, the upper back, your chest. And we'll do the three of the 6 channels of the lymphatic gates. Okay, number 1, most important one. If you don't do any of the rest, make sure you do this one. All right, just above the collarbone, right next to your neck. You feel around in there, and you may find a sore spot. This is a lymphatic gate. This is the drainage for the head. And you can just tap and rub, clockwise, counterclockwise, whatever you feel like, whatever's comfortable for you. Okay, and right under your collarbone, almost directly below that, you may find another spot down there. This is a muscle that can close off this gate. Okay, but when you're tapping, you're kind of getting both at the same time. Now the other side, rub that. I prefer to rub them and then tap them. You know, use your fingers and get right in there. But don't hurt yourself. We're not here to hurt ourselves. We're here to heal ourselves, to help our body heal itself, actually. Okay? So that's gate 1. There's one on each side because this side of the body doesn't know this exists, and this one doesn't know that this one exists. We're divided right down through here, and that is why you can have a life-threatening disease on one side of your body and not the other, or when you have a stroke, it's on one side of your body and not the other. So gate number 2 is behind the ear, and right above your jawbone and right behind you, you'll feel a dent right there, like a hole. Okay, just rub that. You do both sides at once if you want. I find it easier for me if I take my hand and put it up there and just drag down across that big muscle on the side of your neck. That's all lymph. This is what drains the toxins from your head. This will help eliminate brain fog, dementia, and Alzheimer's. There are other things too, but this is part of it, is keeping that open. Okay? And the third one is right where the shoulder rolls over and into the chest plate. There's a little groove right there. Just rub that, pat it, whatever direction feels comfortable for you. And then here on this side, okay. Turn off the media. Listen to your favorite music. Get up, move around. You know, even if you're just waltzing around and move this slow movement, what it does is it generates more energy than your body is burning. And that's the energy that heals you. A lot of people are eating and they overeat. Think of Thanksgiving or Christmas. It takes 60% of your available energy to digest your food, depending on your food, but that's why I'm using Thanksgiving and Christmas as an example. And what happens? If your body's only producing, take 60, and and your body's only producing 70 or 80% of its potential, depending on what you're doing, you don't have enough energy to run your body and to digest your food and do what you want. So what does the body do? Because it's really infinitely intelligent. It puts you to sleep. And that's what a food coma is. Okay? So you eat and you drink, especially alcohol do this. You see somebody at a bar drinking and they start falling asleep. Well, there's not enough energy to take care of the sugar, actually, the poison that you just put in your body, and function. So, put you to sleep. And you can't help it. And then as it deals with it, and more energy is available, you start to wake back up again. So we've been fighting our body all these years with synthetic this and synthetic that, and sugars, and that's dead sugars. That's man-made sugars, not natural sugars like fruits and berries and melons. And that hydration that comes with it. That's quantum energy, and it's the energy of the day it was picked. Now think about animals, how strong they are, wild animals. They're grounded to the earth, and just about everything that they eat, they're biting it, and it's still attached to the earth. And that electromagnetic field between you and the earth is at its peak. So if you could actually, I mean, you look a little weird doing this, but if you went up to an apple tree and there was an apple right here and you held that apple, you didn't pick it off the tree. You just bit it and you had bare feet and you were standing on the ground, that is a complete circuit. The electromagnetic field in that is so powerful. And what are we doing? We're eating food that's picked 2 weeks before it's ripe, shipped to you so that it won't crush, right? Won't get all messed up. And they're gassing it, or whatever it is they're doing to it. Okay? And then we wonder why our energy is depleted. We're shallow breathing, we're eating food that's not totally ripened by the sun with the correct sugars in it. So with that, I love you guys. And I planned on doing the whole 14 days in the van, but it didn't work out because I've got a hole in the oil pan, so I can't get it fixed till Monday. So I'll be seeing you somewhere, wherever I am, to do the rest of the videos. All right? Love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.